Good morning, guys. How is it going? Yuri here. I'm just sitting in the car. Just finished the tennis match. I was sweating up a storm, and I thought I'd take you through a couple little post-workout type of ideas to get you going. How's it going, Papa Jack? Morning, guys. Morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Give you a little tour of where I'm at right now. So let's see where we are here. So we got the river over there, and there's a nice long walking path. So there it is. So anyways, want to take you through a little bit of morning movement stuff. So I just finished off a tennis match. My legs are a little bit, feeling it pretty well. So what I want to do now is I want to take some time to stretch it out. Actually, not doing too much stretching. What I actually do after a workout or after a tennis match is I'll spend more time actually moving, and that's the key to recovering from your workouts, is to move, not so much sit and stretch. Because when you work out, when you train your muscles, you actually create micro damage at the muscular level. So you don't want to stretch that. It's going to pull. It's kind of like pulling a knot. It makes it a little bit tighter. And if you think about a little tear, you don't want to tear. You don't want to pull that even further. So think about moving your body, right, after you finish working out. And what you can also do is some basic things like foam rolling out on a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball, which are also good for releasing a lot of tension in your legs. So think about that. Any questions, guys, with respect to kind of moving the body, stretching, recovery, any of that kind of stuff? Actually, while I'm here, I'll just show you a little calf stretch. So if you've got tight Achilles or tight calves, right? Great kind of, I'm trying to remember the name of the stretch, but nonetheless, it doesn't really matter. So I'm not sure if you can see that. So I'm just kind of pushing into this little curb here. Okay, so right now you can see my foot is angled and I'm stretching out the calf muscle. Okay, so if I'm there, if I bend my knee forward, now I'm more on the Achilles. So I'm right back here a little bit more as soon as I bend the knee. Okay, another option is you can stand up here on top, drop one heel and just kind of drop it down like that. So now I'm stretching the back of the back of the leg, the back of the calf. This is kind of tricky to do, holding this and stretching at the same. I'm gonna have to get I wonder if I should get like a selfie stick. Might be easier to show you guys. Okay, best drink for after a workout. It's definitely water. Water or a sports drink. If you can make a sports drink from scratch, that's better, because Gatorade is full of junk and coloring and stuff. A natural sports drink that I make is water, about about 500 milliliters of water, so half a liter, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, half a lemon, half a lime squeezed in, and a little bit of sea salt, right, to recover some of the sodium that you've lost from sweating. Any ideas what's good for arthritis in the hips? Any kind of anti-inflammatory stuff, so ginger, fish oil, curcumin, those are all going to be anti-inflammatory agents, really helpful. And you also want to be avoiding any kind of high strenuous impacts, like tennis on a hard court would not be a good idea. Running on cement would not be a good idea. So you want to be things that are going to be a little bit more gentle. So for instance, if you're training right on the grass, that has more give than if you're on pavement. So think about that. That's probably just as a general rule of thumb. You want to just take it easier on your body. Swimming, some good ideas. You also want to do some things, if I can show this, to work on hip mobility. Okay, so you want to keep the synovial fluids going in the joints. Is it bad to drink the same smoothie every morning? Spinach, banana, blueberries, chia, hemp. It's not bad, but like with anything, rotation and variety is really important. So you want to be varying, even if it's healthy foods. I've talked about this in a lot of my programs, where your body can develop intolerances and allergies to foods that it's commonly exposed to. So if you have even blueberries every single day, you can wear down the enzyme pathways required to deal with blueberries. So try to do blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, just vary it up. Every 4 days tends to be the kind of the recommended rotation. So you don't have to do like blueberries every 4 days, but just try to vary it up a little bit so it's not every single day. So yeah, there we go. Any last questions, guys, before I'm gonna hit the road and get some work done? You are welcome, SG Canamex. I should actually get your names. It's kind of tough to know who I'm speaking to, because I don't know if I can press on I can't actually get your name while I'm speaking here, so that's kind of a bummer. What are your thoughts on vacuum supplements? I'm not even sure what vacuum supplements are. I don't know, is that the way that the supplement's created in terms of vacuum seal, or I'm not too sure about that. So supplements in general, let me just share that. I mean, you definitely want to be, so calcium, what are my thoughts on calcium? Not a fan of supplementing with calcium. We get too much calcium as it is, and it's a hardening agent. So, hey, Susanna, now I know your name. Awesome, thank you so much. A calcium agent, calcium is a hardening agent, and it's not that we have too much calcium, it's not that we don't have enough, it's that we have too much. And when we look at things like heart disease and a lot of calcification in the arteries and in the body, part of the result of that, or part of the cause of that, is too much calcium. So if you're taking calcium for bone issues, it needs to be balanced properly with things like magnesium, vitamin D, phosphorus, and it's really important. But most importantly for bone health, if that's what you're taking it for, is just weight-bearing movement, right? So you have to be strength training, you have to be using heavier weights. That's really important to keep your bones healthy. And then also the pH of your diet is very important. So think about getting more greens in, more alkalinity, and that's going to favor more bone formation as opposed to bone breakdown. So that's the key. It's not about excess calcium, it's not about having more calcium, it's about just kind of improving the overall quality of your diet. Cool. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to hit up a little Starbucks action. And Pam, there we go. Awesome. Thanks for your advice. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Beautiful day. Hope you have an amazing one, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.